Hi all, welcome back. Review time this time, and what we're looking at this time is bluing kit and oils from a company called Ballistol, and I've been using it a little while, and to be honest, I am rather impressed. So I'll take you through what I've already done. So there you go, there's a HW97 that I've already done, which was quite rusty and stained, and this Ballistol products have actually brought it up a treat. So that's for another project. But the one I'm showing you at the moment is a 35. There you go, and as you can see, not brilliant at all. And this is the products I'm going to be using. We've got the oil, and we've got the browning or bluing. 2 bottles of that actually, because I bought another bottle because I was impressed with it. And we've got the cleaner, the degreaser. I like to use, if ever I buy anything, I like to buy all from the company, because that way you can follow their instructions to the letter, and that way if you get any problems or anything like that, you can always get in contact with the company and say, you know, blah blah blah. But if you use other oils, or you use other, you know, if you ring a company up and say, well, this product didn't work, and they're going to say, well, what did you use? And you say, well, I did, and you know, it's how long is a piece of string. If you use all the products from one company and you get problems, they're always very, very helpful, and well, most of the time, and you can get some good feedback off them to see where you're going wrong and such. But as I say, I've already used this once, and well, no, I used it a couple of times actually, and I am so impressed. And what I'll have to be doing then, I won't go into the details of showing you how to rub this down, but I'll start off, because it's quite pitted, I might have to give it some right going over. But I'm going to be stripping this down and then taking this right back down to bare metal, and I'll take you through those parts of the restore slightly later on. Right, we've got to this stage, we've stripped it down to this point, taking all the trigger assembly out. Piston's still in there, I'm going to sort that out in a minute. And what I've done is I've made drifts to go in and knock the pins out. Now you can do it loads of different ways, but what I did is I actually made these because I take them apart a lot. So I've actually made them. The actual pins that go in there are, these ones are usually about 4 millimeters. So I made this one up at, this is a bit awkward. There you go. 395. I just turned them down on the lathe. So it just gives me a nice, just bit of leeway to punch the pins out. Now, if you're taking these apart for the first time, you've got to just use caution, because there is a spring under tension, and if you don't know the rifle, it could have a powerful spring in there, and you don't want to be injuring yourself. So the easiest way to do it is, once you get in the position, I've taken the trigger assembly out, put a spanner in the trigger assembly, stand it up on the floor. I can't actually do this because it's quite awkward, but just put your foot on the spanner and turn the barrel upwards. You can actually put a rag over there as well. So what you're basically doing is you're going to be in that position on the floor. Hold on, this is really awkward. Right, that position on the floor with your foot on the spanner, and then just turn the top section with both hands, and well, you get a little thump as the spring, because you've got both, all your sort of your upper body weight holding the barrel and the cylinder. So what you'll get is you'll get a little thump out of the bottom, and because you've got your foot on this part, they usually jump about a couple of inches out. But if you're totally unsure, just take it to a gunsmith's or somebody who's taken a few apart. But just don't ever be in a position of unwinding it like in a vice like this, because that end could turn into a projectile, and if you're in the way, that's going to hurt. Right, anyway, moving on. So what I'm going to do next is actually be rubbing this right down. I shall start off with 400 wet and dry, and then I shall move on to higher grades and then work on to 1200, and then for really fine I should be moving on to going through my micro mesh range at 3200, 8000, and I'll see what it looks after that, but it should be really polished up. But I won't actually take you through all that, because I'm sure you've got other more important things in life to watch me sand down this cylinder and block. Okay, I'll come back in a minute. A little update. As you can see, it's starting to come up quite nice. There's still some pitting in there, which I shall crack on and do with. And personally, this is probably one of my best rubbing down tools. And there we go. It's called a Gary Flex Blocks. Absolutely brilliant, and well worth investing in one of those for really deep cutting and getting all the muck off. I actually filed that slightly, see if I can remove some of that pitting, and I should just crack on with the Gary Flex Blocks, and I should be working up with different grades of abrasive. But as at the moment, this is quite badly pitted, and let's see if I can get it right down. I'll get back to you soon. Right, as you can see, the light's starting to fade, and we've now got to this point. So it's all nicely polished, and a few hours on that. So we're going to use the cleaner, and big thing with this is not to try and get your fingerprints or anything else on it. That's why I'm using a glove. So just clean all the area up. Unfortunately, there's a bit of pitting in there, and I'm just going to have to unfortunately live with that, rather than grinding it out and spending hours and hours and hours cleaning it and sanding it down. But so what you do is just keep on, we want all the oil and grease and muck off that. And try not to knock it out of the vise. Right, I shall crack on with this, and then I'll come back and show you the next bit. Right, we let that we've let the solvent clean, dry and clean all that off. So now we get to the next part, which is actually applying the browner. So I get that little shake up, and I use these little cotton pads for the wife. Right, this is a good bit, hopefully. So apply some on. What I do, I just go up one movement, changing it over, just keeping it nice and flowing. I don't like to, if I've got contamination, I don't like to put it back in the bottle. So what I like to do then is change to another pad. Right, just let that dry off and come back in a couple of minutes. Right, got to this stage now, so all I've got to do, I've washed it off and then just gently dab dry. Right, so after you've actually let it dry off, cleaned it with water, the last part of the process is just to apply some oil, and I'll find a rag. And there again, I use the universal Ballistol oil, a little bit on, and just gently work over the area that you've worked on. There we go. There we go. You can see that okay. A little bit of blending, but you've got the old finish and the new finish. But you can see the area nice, nicely covered up. And just all I do is just leave a nice coat of this oil on there. Just leave a nice coat of the oil on there. So there you go. That's the drop it on the floor. That'd be a good start. So that's the my review of the Ballistol products. Oil, universal oil. If you read it, if you ever get this stuff, read on the box what it's capable of. It's just a good all-round oil. You can even use it on your pets. So there you go. And so then we got the browning. There we go. And the degreaser. And also you get these handy little packs, so you can just keep one in your gun bag, and once you open it, just put it in a little resealable plastic bag, you know, like that, and just keep it in there. I mean, they'll last for ages and ages and ages. So if you're out and it starts to rain, just give your give your rifle, your pistol, or whatever, just a quick wipe with that. Very good. So there you go. You can see the results. I'm very pleased with them. Again, very easy method to use, and that's the Ballistol products. Thank you very much.